There is a revolution happening right in front of us. Turning 30 just 10 years ago meant 1-year contracts, less important playing roles on the field, and at best, maybe another 4 seasons playing at the top level. But not anymore. Teams, coaches, and the players themselves are getting more creative than ever and are playing the longest they ever have. Some of the best individual performers in 2025 are well over 30 and having their best seasons in a long time. So why all of a sudden have the AFL's old turned into gold for their own teams, and will this trend continue on in the future? So in 2025, who have been the clear standouts so far that are well over 30? The first that comes to mind is Patrick Dangerfield. At the time of making this, he is averaging 2.3 goals per game, by far a career high, and 4.3 shots on goal per game, which is also the most of his career. At 35, he looks rejuvenated. Not that his past few seasons weren't great, but he was more a burst player than a whole game threat. Up forward, he is certainly that, a handful to contain at all times. It's not just his goal scoring return that has been influential, but his attack and contest work. He rarely gets outmarked and does like to punish the opposition in aerial contests, attacking them with force. He truly plays like a big key forward. Alongside Jeremy Cameron, he's formed a great duo, and Dangerfield in 2025 is on track to give a 50-goal return. The other who stands out is Steele Sidebottom. He has somehow found the fountain of youth. He saved his best performance so far for Anzac Day. He took home the Anzac Day medal for a second time 9 years after his first, and had a monster game with 35 disposals and a career-high 15 clearances. He looks unstoppable right now. Under Craig McRae, he's mainly been deployed on a wing and has still been ultra consistent, just like he has for his whole career. But did anyone expect him to become a star on baller at 34? He has played as a centre bounce midfielder throughout his career, but attending 46.2% of Collingwood centre bounces is a huge number. His 4 clearances, 10.7 contested possessions, and 4.7 tackles per game are all career highs. Somehow, the veteran has added another layer to his already silky smooth outside game by upping his contested contribution to the Pies. It is remarkable to see his impact on games weekly, and apparent improvement in year 17. There are a range of others who are following on. Taylor Walker is just as strong as ever, averaging 2.3 goals per game and roaming far and wide up the field. His ability to play deep and high means the big 3 Crow forwards never get in each other's way. Tom Liberatore is somehow having a career best season and has been a league standout while filling in for captain Marcus Bonampelli, and should be in line for his first All-Australian Blazer if he can keep up his form. Callan Ward is still a first choice wingman for GWS, and you can make the case he's the toughest player in the competition. He gets hit and gets back up. The same can be said for Travis Boak at Port, who is also situated on a wing at 37 years old. Dane Zorko at 36 is one of the best halfback rebounders. His move into that role last season proved pivotal in Brisbane's premiership, and he's continued on his excellent form. He can dart quick kicks in the corridor and has shown a tendency to launch attacks from kick-ins with no fear of driving the ball into the middle of the field. Throwing Gold Coast ruck Jared Witts, Jeremy McGovern, Rory Laird, Mason Wood, Toby Green, Max Gawn, Lachie Neale, and of course Scott Pendlebury, and these are all the players who are at least turning 32 in 2025 that are still incredibly critical to their team's performance. So what does the raw data say on the impact of 30-plus-year-olds in the competition? Well, over the past 10 years, there have never been more in the top 50 and 100 rated players. So far in 2025, 11 of the top 50 rated players, according to Champion Data, are 30 or older by the end of the year. Extending this out to the top 100, and that number doubles to 22. So let's compare this with the ratings from a decade ago. In the 2015 AFL season, 8 players 30 or older were in the top 50 and just 15 were in the top 100. In 2016, 7 30 or older players were in the top 50 and 18 were in the top 100. The player rating data points to one way, and that senior or veteran players are having better seasons than they have ever had. So how are players playing longer than ever and still performing great? Well, most of it comes down to nutrition, training, and the magic of sports science. It did get me thinking about pre-seasons. As we know, they have been shortened since the last CBA, and although it does put pressure on high-performance teams to get players up to speed, it might actually benefit older players. The current pre-season program is about 8 to 12 weeks long with a Christmas break and only one real practice game. It means players who have already done 10 plus pre-seasons don't have to do a whole lot, and that surely helps preserve their bodies for longer. It's not like 20 seasons ago where there were 3 or 4 practice games and a grueling 3 to 4 month pre-season block. It's something to keep an eye on. Throw in the advanced nutrition, healthy lifestyles and recovery days, and it all adds up to help these guys play for longer compared to their counterparts in the past. But it doesn't work out for everyone. Luck is and will always be a big factor in playing longevity. We're seeing this with Fremantle superstar Nat Fyfe. A recent hamstring injury has further delayed his return to the AFL, and since 2020 he struggled with his body. He did manage to conjure up 22 games in 2024, but hasn't been the same game-breaking player for a while. He is an ultra-professional and has been over his career, but clearly luck hasn't been on his side since turning 30. Brad Crouch had to retire at the end of 2024 after just a single game. He had degenerative knee issues after playing 23 games in 2023 and 21 in 2022, being one of St Kilda's most consistent players. These examples still show how quickly the body can break down in the latter stages of a career and the difficulty in managing repeated soft tissue injuries. But for the majority, there is no better time to have the goal of playing longer. There is inspiration right in front of us, and some of the best players this season are some of the oldest. Hidden gems normally come in the form of late or rookie draft picks, but clubs might have them right in front of them in the form of their veteran players.